Hey, what's up, y'all? Rock on once again. Let me ask you a question. Why is it that some people feel they have to live up to someone else's expectations? I mean, it's literally impossible to live up to a perfectly flawed expectation. Because expectations are like opinions. Opinions change like the weather. I know you've heard that all the time. But expectations are even worse than opinions because that expectation is a standard, is a fact in that other person's mind who is promoting it to an individual who him or her might be unsure of themselves. It's kind of like the strong preying on the weak. I mean, you're playing psychological head games with someone if you expect them to die by your expectations. I mean, there are people out here that literally base their life, their friendship, their existence, their relationship, their partnership based on a perfectly flawed expectation. Something that's unrealistic, unreachable, unattainable. Like, I mean, that causes anxiety, that causes stress, that causes depression, that causes that person to second guess themselves, to be confused, to be conflicted. Like, when you have someone that's inflicting a strong sense of an expectation benchmark, I mean, what do you expect? You can't expect that person to not only meet it, to not only, exceed it, but to actually mentally and emotionally be accepting of that. And now those type of people, I call them manipulators, because they're artfully and rudely and evilly manipulating a person to dance by their rules. Now, last time I checked, we're all free as individuals to do whatever we want, to act however we want. I mean, within reason, of course. So who are you to be that type of person to victimize a person and torture them if they don't meet or exceed your expectations? Your unrealistic requirements. It's not a job. It's not a career. It's not, college. It's not school where there is a certain standard. There is a certain grading system that you do have to meet. We're just friends. We're just partners in life. We're in a relationship. And the funny thing about that is, if the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't even entertain your expectations. They'd look at you like, you got two heads, something's wrong with you. They'd be the first to push back. But those people like to prey on people who are susceptible, who are so eager and slightly naive or insecure. And they like to viciously peel back those layers on that particular person and victimize them by setting these parameters of rules, of standards, of expectations, of requirements. Hey man, this ain't a credit check. Life ain't a credit check. Friends aren't a credit check. It's not a pass or fail type of deal. So when you're around those type of people that you see inflicting victimization, I say, with this expectation benchmark, and I mean, you got to ask yourself a question, hey, what type of person is this? What type of group I'm involved? What type of person am I? Because like I said, it's all about you. It's not about them. It's how you internalize it. Are you a person that's susceptible to that type of negative influence, pessimistic influence, controlling influence? I mean, there are people who abuse wives, children, because they feel like their expectations should be met at all costs. And if not, there are severe and dire consequences that come with not meeting those expectations or rejecting those expectations. I mean, you have battered women's shelters, you have children that have been abused. You have animals that have been abused. It all stems from some person that has a deep-seated issue within themselves with trying to make other people attain to impossible goals that change, like the weather, that are unstable. I mean, those type of people are unstable themselves. So how are they going to stabilize your life? And more importantly, the things that you've experienced, your feelings, your emotions, how you look at things, how you perceive things, how you internalize and how you deal with things in life accordingly is not going to be similar to how they deal with it. So what I'm saying is, when someone sets an expectation, that expectation is predicated on their belief system, on their achievement system, on their perception system, not on yours. Everyone's an individual, so it's not going to match up. You know what I mean? Think about a conversation. Think about a disagreement. Isn't it just because of really two varying opinions? So aren't expectations the same way? Your expectation in life is not my expectation in life. It's just like looking at an art piece. I may say, hey, I like it. This stands out for me. For you, it could be the opposite. Doesn't mean it's wrong or right. It's just a perception. It's just an opinion. Doesn't have to be enforced. So that's the same thing with expectations. You know, people that do that are preying on unsuspecting, nice, naive, insecure individuals, which is nothing wrong with insecurity. It just takes time to build your self-esteem and your self-value. I'm not saying that in a degrading way. They just know how to find those type of people and make them dance to an impossible tune and facetiously do it and think that it's fun, that it's okay. And then you have some that are serious, like I said, that go into physical abuse, which is absolutely wrong and it's criminal and inhumane. I do not advocate that one bit. So if you're in a relationship or a friendship or a partnership where they have these impossible expectations that change on a dime, and you know the answer, it's simple. Just leave them alone. Because like I said, expectations always change. There's no set standard on being a friend, being a partner, you know, being a spouse. No, that doesn't work that way. Because like I said, those people setting those expectations, if the tables were flipped, they would reject yours. So like I say, hey, be humble, be human, be better. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.